Hello, this is Manuela, your guiding light, and this video is walk in transition. I did have in the past talk about walk-ins and about experiences and my experience, and today I was guided to give a little bit more deeper information about complete transition as I can understand it now completely. So as we all know, we're going through 7-year cycles. So when you're going through a walk-in transition, it lasts for 7 years. That's the 7 years of learning lessons. In Akashic Records, walk-ins is the last lesson that soul can learn. And it indicates initiation for the soul. After it's completed, the soul is going through initiation as the highest level of consciousness. So how does it work? And I would like to explain sort of process in the details now. The first year, basically, before you actually go through transition of walk-ins, it's a preparation. Your angels will prepare you, which means they will guide you to find a place where you're gonna live, surrounded with people and situations that's going to help you with transition. So first year, you're going through enormous changes. You will be moving home, you will be changing work. In fact, in the second year, your work will completely stop. Because second year, it's about getting the soul ready to leave the body, which means most of the time, or all the time, you will be out of your body. So your work, your financial situation will really struggle. Everything around you will stop. You'll find that you won't be able to work. It's just, work is not going to happen, regardless what sort of work you do. Are you doing spiritual work? Are you doing just a normal job? It's going to stop because your body needs to be isolated, and the soul is leaving the body and the other soul is coming out. So there's a lot happening on a energetic level. And it's just impossible for the person that's going through transition to actually function normally. So your financial situation and your work will struggle because you're out of your body, which also indicates that your root chakra and your sacral chakra are completely out. It's almost like they don't exist. Okay, there's no energy there at all. So that's the second year. You'll find that you're gonna find yourself a lot out of your body. You'll have dreams, you'll have encounters with angels, with your loved ones that crossed over. So it's quite intense. Second year, it's quite intense spiritual out-of-body experiences. Third year, you will come to the stage where you're going to feel like you're dying. You will get messages that you're dying, and you will be preparing yourself like you're actually literally dying. You might analyze and think if you have any illness or how you're going to die. It's going to be very, very confusing part. That's when the confusion just starts. Your body will struggle. You might have a lot of physical symptoms which don't make sense at all because the body has no soul in it. So the body is struggle and the other soul coming in. So you will have a lot of physical symptoms that indicate some sort of illness that your doctors would not find, that just don't make sense simply. So that's year 3. Year 4, your new walk-in is already in your body. And that's when the major confusion and depression starts, because you don't feel yourself anymore, you don't relate to your name, you don't relate to things that you normally liked before. It's really confusion, and it's like this. In year 4, the new soul just came in, the other soul just left, but the old soul energy and pieces of energy are still stayed in the body. So the old soul left, but the pieces of that energy still stayed in the body, in your organs, in your mind. So that's why in year 4 you'll find that it's like there's 2 people in a body. Okay, in one body you'll find a lot of confusion, a lot of depression. Sometimes you like this, sometimes you don't like that. You can't make decisions because there's like 2 minds. It's like you have 2 minds. One mind wants this, one mind wants that. So that's when the major depression starts. Okay, suicidal, feeling very lost, that you don't want to be here. In year 5, you already find that you have understanding of what happened. You will definitely have understanding that you are in you're experiencing transition of walk-ins, and you're going to feel a little bit more calmer. It's going to be like a real sort of realization where you know, okay, this is what's happening, but it's still not going to feel good. You're still going to feel sorry for you. You're going to feel sorry for the old soul, for what happened to that old soul. You're also going to start grieving the old soul, okay? Even that you have complete understanding of what's happening to you, it's still not going to feel good. You're going to feel very sad, a lot of sadness. Year 6, definitely strongly grieving, because even the last parts of the old soul that are stuck in your muscles, that are in your organs, will leave the body, and you will be grieving, okay, for that old soul. It's gonna feel like almost this time like your best friend or your sister, your best family member died, okay, and you will find that you're gonna be very sad. You'll be crying a lot for no reason, okay. Year 7, you are already adjusting to the transition. The old soul, it's left the body. You're not going to feel sadness anymore. You feel more like your normal self again. You will find that you will want to actually, you're looking forward to a new life. You will want to make changes. You are more confident. You more know what you want. There's not so much of confusion. Your memory is back. You are grounded more, and you can make decision. And this is where the transition is completed. So basically, this is a time where you're planning your new life. This is the time when you clearly know what happened to you, but you don't sort of feel sorry for yourself anymore. There's going to be times when you're not going to even remember that you are walking. You're going to feel actually normal self again. The only difference is that people around you, you're not going to feel connected to. People that have stayed with you through the transition, you will feel connected like they were always there. It's like nothing ever happened. People that are not around you through the transition, could be even your family member, you're not going to rely to them anymore. You might not feel that your parents are your parents anymore. You might find it really hard to call them mother, father, or sister, or brother, and you'll find that you're going to rely to them very differently. That is the only thing that's going to stay with you. That's never going to change. You might be able to rebuild some sort of relationship with your friends and your family that weren't around you while you were going through transition. You might be able to rebuild relationship, but it's more almost like a new. It's like you have to start from beginning, starting to fall in love with those people again and building a new relationship. But you will never feel that connection with the family members and friends like you had before. 1 or 2 or 3 friends could stay the same. You might still find connection, because that's what they signed a soul contract with you, to stay and to support you through that. So you might have 1 or 2 friends or 1 family member that actually stays with you and supports you through the transition, and that's where the connection stays there. Why? Because they sign a soul contract with you to do that, to be there for you. Okay, so that's something that you will find that actually when you come to year 7, that you're gonna accept it, that you're gonna understand, and you're gonna accept it, and you're just gonna go with it. It's like going with the flow. You can't figure out anymore how or trying to have that connection with those people when it's not there anymore. You just have to accept it and understand that this is what it is. And yes, you can rebuild a new friendship and new relationship, but it can't be the way it was. It won't be the way it was. So year 7, you are strongly on your feet, and you know exactly what happened, and you're ready for this new life. The most beautiful thing about walk-in is that you're much wiser. You have this insight, and your psychic ability is so much stronger that you can basically feel empowered and feel that you can do anything. It's like there's nothing you can't do. Well, you've just been initiated, you come to the higher level. So yes, there's nothing you can do. You can't do. There's nothing you can't do. Okay? So going back to Akashic Records, which means that it's your last plan. This is your last plan. You have initiation. So there's nothing anymore in Akashic Records. There's nothing anymore. You get a chance to rebuild and to write your own Akashic Records. I was shocked when my angels told me that about 3 or 4 years ago. when I've been told that I'll have to write new Akashic Records, I just thought that's just not possible. Why would I do that? Why would it have to happen that? I didn't understand it. But now I understand, because it's a last plan. So there's nothing ahead there. Even when I did go in my Akashic Records, there was not much there. There's only a few things. And only those things that I've seen in Akashic Records are only with my children. Only the people that are with me now. So for you to write new Akashic Records, how do you do that? By taking time to manifest, to go within and to see, okay, what do you want? What would you wish? See, what does your heart pulling you? Where does your heart pulling you? Towards what? Towards whom? Okay, if you were in a relationship before your transition of a walk-in, you definitely will end that relationship. That relationship will end because it's just impossible to continue this relationship. And the reason why will end also because you sign a soul contract with that person to hurt you that much, so to actually open you up, to give you the pain that you can actually release the soul to go. Because if you're in love and you're happy here, why would you want to have a walk-in experience? You wouldn't let soul go. So the reason why you sign contract with these people to hurt you so much, so you don't want to be here anymore. So transition, it's easier. The soul leaves the body because it doesn't want to be here anymore. Okay. So if you were in a relationship, that relationship will end. So how do you continue? By working on your heart and seeing what would you really wish. Visualize everything that you wish, how you want your life to go, what would you love to do, who you want around you, what type of people you want to be surrounded with. And don't focus on a particular person, focus on type of people that you want. So in Akashic Records, yes, we writing, and we can change our Akashic Records by the thoughts that we thinking. So if you had a walk-in, you will spend time thinking a lot about what type of life you want to have. And that's how your Akashic Records will work on. They will respond to your thoughts, and that's how you're writing it in your Akashic Records, your future. So I hope this helps you. Anybody that did go through transition of